bumped knees in Dame's first game with Dame and broke my tib-fib joint on the inside where like it's weight bearing, it's a problem. And it's where the nerve goes. I already had nerve stuff and I was never the same. I spent 2 years working out twice a day just to try to overcome it. So I come back my 18th training camp and I'm like, I've been going so hard trying to get there. I had a pretty good first preseason game. Like, I can't remember what happened. Like, I think we drove home to San Diego. I had a back spasm the next morning. I was just like, oh. Then like I don't know, I was doing all right. And then I was like, another flare up. And it's just like my nerves were messed up. I couldn't recover. And I was like, well, I got to find out. So like I had a week since I'd last played. And I was like, we're playing them in preseason. I'm like, I got to find out. Like, I have to play hurt. Yeah. Can I play hurt? Or else, what's the point, right? And so we went to play these guys preseason, like Ontario, California, or somewhere. I don't even remember this. And
I remember the game.
We came,
Ontario. I knew it.
We came out. I'm guarding Steph. I think they put up like 50 in the first quarter. Maybe it was 45, but it felt like a 50 piece, right? He's running everywhere. I'm like, back is broke, everything's jacked. I couldn't have stopped him if I was 100%. And now I'm like dragging around. Stevie Kerr's putting me in every action. I'm looking over at Steve like,
what the fuck are you kidding
Stevie?
me?
I think that we know. We know.
He's over there like, smiling too.
They're laughing at me. Alvin Gentry over there laughing at me. Like, no, I just trying to see what you got. I'm like, man, literally like 4 more days of thinking on it. I was like, yeah. I think it's time. I think it's time. And that was it. I called Mitch.
You put him out of his misery. You called Mitch and said,
I called Mitch and was
my
like,
hero.
You put me out.
Oh man, that's classic.
Next thing I know, he showed up at practice, was teaching us pick and roll.
Hey, if you can't beat him,
join it on.
One this way and one this way.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Thank you for doing this. It's our first official golf podcast.
Yeah, they heard Mind the Game, and they thought the game was basketball today. It was actually not. We say Mind the Team.
I was watching the Bryson DeChambeau.
Oh, the break 50? Yeah.
Break 50. I knew you were good. I was losing my mind. I only watched half.
Yeah.
You matched him.
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's being kind.
As you could, it was my first shot. I lost my mind too. There's like a little small gallery behind.
Oh, there was.
That was following us. And so I knew the whole concept. I knew it was Bryson's a week before the Ryder Cup. I'm like, all right, it's go time. And it's the best best golf I've played in my life.
And it's so funny. I was watching one of the holes. I don't know what hole it was, and you was like, I'm gonna give it a little grunt on this one. One of his drives said, and he got him on the drive. And you can, and Bryson, obviously, this is what he does.
Yeah.
Like this, he's a.
I could tell in his voice.
In the world. And when they got up to the ball, he was like, I think that's your ball.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh man, I outdrove him. Like it was crazy.
He didn't want to give it to me.
I think one of the good parts too that I was watching too, and I think Bryson asked you a question like who's your inspirations? Like, obviously, in the game that we all love.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Steve and you mentioned Reggie, and obviously Reggie makes so much sense and it's terrifying to competitors like myself and all the competition over the years. What made you kind of watch those guys from the beginning? And it's funny that I'm sitting across from you talking about the life.
So that's, we all got history in the game, playing against each other and the whole deal, but my rookie year, we played in a preseason game outside in Palm Springs at
Indian Wells Tennis Center.
In Indian Wells. It was my first time actually seeing him, on the court, and to the point of inspiration.
Super intimidating.
just seeing him across. I still do some of your when you're in the starting line or the national anthem, the line. You used to do the little leg stuff. I still do it. It was like I was watching everything you did from across the court. But growing up, I knew I was a pass first type of point guard.
Yeah.
my dad had to actually tell me.
Bullshit.
Nah, call Del Curry right now. He'd tell you they actually had to tell me to shoot more.
He was like, no,
because
no.
I was
Not in this
like
house.
Not in this house. You ain't gonna be that. But I always like just loved the creativity. Being like, I felt like we had similar statures where. As a point guard, being able to, handle being in the trees, getting the ball where you needed to. You saw angles that didn't even make sense. Your change of speed, you can control the tempo, got everybody involved. Like there was just something fun about that. That is the way that I, wanted to play. Fast forward to Davidson, I was a 2 guard and had to kind of expand. I was, there's a video of me as a 10-year-old running around with a Reggie jersey. Just because, I just love his competitiveness and the way he moved off the ball. But I didn't know like that would be a huge part of my game once I got to like how am I going to actually make it to the league type vibe. But that was, your style was like exact. I tried all the behind the back passes, this day, one-handed, left-handed, like all that type of stuff. Just seeing the floor a little differently. It felt like he was kind of the model for that. So.
Yeah. And what about your pops too? Obviously the inspiration that you saw every day, but like as your pops being a pro itself, anything like you took from his game, like the quick
release was crazy. Yeah. Every video you see of him, sit in the corner, one one dribble, and then the quick release. He had the high arcing release too.
Yeah,
I couldn't get that, so it was like almost comparison and contrast of
right.
I want to be a great shooter, I want to have a quick release, but I also have to own my own form.
Right.
I can't really.
It has to go in at the end of the day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You got to feel comfortable with what you're doing.
But did you guys ever talk about it, like quick release? Or you just
we talked about that a lot. When I was in high school, changing my form, I used to do like the little slingshot situation, and to the point of seeing, when I watched myself on camera, it was like, that thing looked like it takes forever to get up there. But to your point, it went in. But as I got to varsity, I was like, it's probably not going, that thing's getting swatted to the 8th row.
And you was able to dissect that.
My dad.
Your dad, okay.
My dad called it out as I was making that transition. I wasn't with it at first. I was, because I knew he was going to have to break down all the fundamentals of everything that I felt comfortable with to then master like a new form.
It felt like it too much.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to do extra credit on the home. I already know the formula. Like, I got to recreate it, and obviously it worked.
But I feel like someone who loves shooting, shot 1 million shots, always, obsessed with it, watching you shoot. Like, I think I have a bit of a classic shot. I get it to like Clay, get into the pocket and shoot. Yeah. What I think you brought to the game, and I'd love for you to tell me I'm full of it, is you don't really stop. So like you talked about this shot as a kid, to now it's the same shot but up here. Like I don't really feel like you stop, and if you do, it's like this split second.
Only probably on like just standard catch and shoot, where I always tell people, like I would teach Clay's form to anybody who said, hey, how do I shoot a basketball? I would like pull up a clip of Clay.
Perfect.
And it's just, that's freaking perfect. 10 out of 10, no notes, right? But to your point, it helped me off the dribble because it's kind of, I'm gonna call it unorthodox, but it is a one-piece shot that no matter if you're really all the way on balance or just off, or if you got it on the right hand, left hand off the dribble, like whatever it is, I kind of can get it here quick enough that
through the zone,
and I still have all of my power. I don't lose anything through that, so that's helped me, especially at 6'3", like in the league. No matter who's in front of you, you really feel like I have a chance. As long as I get them to drop their hands a little bit, I can get it up there quick, and I don't want to have any wasted motion.
Was that by design, or was that just happened?
That's just how I shot it. There wasn't much thought to that part, other than when I was in high school doing that transformation, I guess you call it.
Because I also feel like that is a part of your range, is that you, like, instead of stopping and having to use all your legs, you're using it all in one motion. So, like, he just kept backing up. And it's where's this going?
And it's like a flick. Like I got an opportunity to see it this last summer. First time I was joining forces, I got to see it after practice every day, just like a flick. It didn't matter.
Right.
Certain guys in our league, or certain basketball players all over the world, they have to get in a certain pocket, and in order for them to even get to here or how, it's like when he touched the ball. By the time he does what he needs to here, it doesn't matter where it's coming from. It come from here, quick. Like, and that's a great question. It's like, did that did you learn that, or it just kind of happened? And it's like, no, it's
kind of natural.
It's kind of just naturally
reps
just happened.
Up. Yeah. Like there's always a reset, like summertime. When you're working on mechanics, like my guy Brandon Payne, we'll talk about it. And if I miss 2 or 3 in a row, and you start looking, I'll know it's because I don't have the ball. Like if we're talking middle of the frame, I don't have it more middle to right. Like I'm more kind of doing that. And it's just you get a little lazy, right? But I still have to call that out. But then once you get into, the game and the flow, there's not much thought to it.
But it's interesting because like necessity is the mother of invention. Like, you kind of invented something. Like you've gone on to be the greatest shooter of all time by like a long margin. Like range, accuracy, dexterity, off the move, left, right, leaning in, leaning back, like you do it all. But like I don't know if you could do that if you had picture perfect form. I'm not saying you don't, but you invented a way of going through the zone. Like you said, off the dribble, like it's up.
Yeah.
And that gave you more range, and that gave you more dexterity. Like, by the way, it's not really recreatable. I'm not telling kids, hey, it's so,
But so Bruce Frazier, like we use you as an example a lot when I'm doing the breakdown drill. Like I'll do like pregame stuff or after practice stuff, where to the point of being able to get to my base, like he'll bring you up as a demonstration of like you have such a solid foundation where
get your hips down.
Get your hips down, get low, like you're feeling every part of your foot, your feet, and you're using all of that force to kind of get through.
Pushing in the ground.
And that's a foundation you have to have to then build off of that, creativity and that looseness up top.
Yes.
So that's part of the natural progression of foundation to confidence to then, okay, now I can experiment a little bit. So maybe it's not necessarily a thought, it's like you hammer that down so much that now I have the ability to say, okay, what's going to help me in the game? Or if I need to stay out of the trees, I can get my range back. That's in there because I have this. And if I still have to go back to that well though. Like we do our stuff at the free throw line where you're doing like the spins and you got to be in balance. That's your world. Like that's what I learned.
But I also think one of the most impressive things, I know we're here to talk about a lot of things, but the most impressive thing is that you came in, 6'2", whatever, and obviously super skinny. Super skinny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, like, super skinny, fresh out of Davidson, super skinny, and obviously, our league, throughout the course of a season, flights and everything, can be taxing on your body.
Yeah.
I think one of the most impressive things that a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to you is that the weight and the strength that you've put on and still being able to shoot the ball in that capacity. There's a lot of guys that we've seen come in at a certain weight or a certain, body frame, and they're told to put on weight or they're told to put on strengths, and it can affect their shot. And it's actually, there's no way it could have made it better, but shit, it seems like nothing ever changed. How was that? Like, did that worry you in the beginning? Like, oh shit, y'all telling me I got to get stronger now?
Funny story. So like my rookie year in training camp, so I came in as a shooter in the draft. Don Nelson was my coach, and going through training camp, summer league started. I think I probably shot like low 30s from three in training or in summer league. And then you're coming into training camp, a couple months later, like still working, getting through, trying to get comfortable with where shots are coming from. And Don Nelson, he went in the weight room, because to your point, I came in 180 pounds maybe. They were trying to get me in the weight room, doing all these lifts and stuff. I'm shooting like trash in training camp like the first week. He walked in there and cussed out everybody in the room. It was like, y'all killing his shot. He's lifting too much weight. And to me, I didn't know that as a concept, because I always just wanted to get stronger. Like most of it was just vanity. Like, hey, man. I look better in the jersey.
All these mirrors around here, y'all telling me I gotta look like this.
I'm trying to look like the pop. Like, give me something. But I didn't even think about it in terms of shot. I know that there's a range of like body composition that matters to making sure everything moves right. So if you're doing a big transformation, it can't change how your body moves. I never thought I could get to that point, but then when he called it out, I was like, wait, are they really messing up my shot? But that balance of being able to appropriately like get your body to move efficiently, like a lot of it, to me, is core strength. Like if we're talking specifics, everything's about the foundation. Like, how does your body move through that range where you have, complete control of, your movement patterns? Not necessarily like brute strength, but efficiency, right?
Stability,
Yeah, for sure.
patterns. After 18 seasons of NBA travel spanning from Vancouver to Phoenix to Los Angeles, I know the importance of arriving ready to perform. That's why I'm excited about Emirates Premium Economy, which brings a whole new level of comfort to international travel. You know those cramped airplane seats? The wider leather seats in Premium Economy are the total opposite. They come with leg rests that support your entire leg, not just your feet. For someone who's dealt with back issues, the extra recline and ergonomic design make a real difference on those long-haul flights. As a 6'3" guy, I may not be the tallest in the locker room, but on a flight, sometimes that little extra space makes all the difference in getting out in one piece. When I first started traveling in the NBA, I thought the travel was exceptional, but things have evolved. And with Emirates, I'm not sure where they can go from here. The ergonomic seats, the space, the service, it all makes for an incredible travel experience. I can't get over how they handle meals up here. Real plates, actual metal silverware, and they're pouring sparkling wine like it's nothing. The entertainment screen is huge, and get this, being up front means you're not stuck waiting forever to get off the plane. Transform your next international journey with Emirates Premium Economy. Trust me, it's the MVP of travel experiences. Book your elevated experience at emirates.com/US. I want to talk about or hear about like your summer routine, your shooting routine, this legendary work ethic. But you came in the league with ankle problems. And physical therapists will tell you that the glutes, hips strength has a lot of connection to ankle stability. It takes obviously a lot of the pressure off the ankles. When you went through all that stuff, first of all, like I'd love to hear, looking back, were you ever worried? Like, is this it for me? Like, am I gonna be put in this little box of can't move like I wanna move? And then two, getting that hip strength. I've heard about your deadlift strength and stuff like that. Walk us through that a little bit.
Yeah, after my second year, it was had my first surgery, and tell my wife, like there was a moment in rehab, sitting in the basement of my house in Charlotte, you know, like a 3.5, almost 4-month rehab just on that, to the point where I wasn't even rolling my ankle, like landing on somebody. I was doing the one where, we're catching in transition, I'm pushing off, and that thing would flip, and I would look back like, what?
Drop
like
something.
Bambi legs, like literally, like I just couldn't stay on my feet.
Wow.
And to your point about learning your body, right? Like learning how it moves, learning what.
You didn't have that problem in college?
No.
Do you know
I rolled my ankle one time in college, the traditional way, where I was coming down the lane, going up for a layup, and playing it on somebody's foot and rolled it. That was my junior year. But I didn't really have anything coming in that was of concern. But to the point of the volume of games in the league, you mentioned the physicality of the league, the travel, all that stuff. I got weaker. I wasn't doing the things to keep up with the pace. And then it caught up to me where the whole chain was compromised. And I had to learn all of that on the fly post the second surgery, because first we thought it was like, is it the shoes I'm wearing? Is it, I got those big Forrest Gump looking ankle braces that I still wear now. And you're just like, what is the problem? I feel strong, I feel
doing everything right.
I feel coordinated, but I can't necessarily get through a full season. So learning your body, learning breaking it down from the beginning of, to your point, core strength, glute strength, the entire chain that can show itself if, in strength or weakness down in your ankles. And for me, like, the most boring, monotonous work you've ever done in your life, right? Every day.
The little muscles.
Proprioception type stuff, movement patterns. And there was definitely some dark days of, one, you get in this league. I remember when we came to your camp in my junior year, UNCP gave us this whole freaking just speech on, y'all think y'all nice now, but when you get to the league, everything resets. Like, you have to earn your way. And I'm thinking that just means production on the court. Right. I ain't know nothing about the off the court stuff, you know what I mean? So that was the learning curve of trying to figure out how you're gonna survive in this league. And if I couldn't even be available, how do I even know, am I good enough? Can I get to that level? And there was a lot of fear and doubt in that moment, for sure. Because you feel so far away from yourself.
But especially if you know, I know I belong, I know my game translates, but my body is not even allowing me to get to that point. You know, so you can only imagine like
Frustration.
Yeah.
like, you know, like I know my work ethic, I know the work I've put in, but shit, my body is not even allowing me to even get to that, to even show what I'm capable of doing too. So definitely, for sure.
Especially those early days when you're like trying to prove yourself.
Yeah,
Show
for sure.
everyone I belong.
You have those little moments. You have a couple good games.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I belong here.
Yeah.
Having said that, that struggle kind of made you who you are.
Yeah.
Right? Like as far as the shooting, like it went up like with the strength in the hips, came the strength in the ankles, came the dynamic movement. Like, I mean, your fitness levels, we'll get to the style of play, but if it wasn't for that process, it's almost like you maybe you didn't shoot 42% from 27. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think there's an understanding of not taking anything for granted, even to this stage in terms of longevity that I learned then that is carried, you know, to this day, of how I approach, you know, the off season, how you approach the recovery days, how you approach even just priming yourself for a practice. Like, I can't just walk on the court. Like, there's steps you gotta take, you know.
Yeah.
I think we gonna hype each other up a lot in this thing, but like walking into the locker room last year, for the Olympic journey, we hadn't played with each other. I'd heard about the work ethic and the sheer volume of time and how he takes care of his body. But when you see somebody on that level, couldn't beat him to the gym in the morning, but it was like the idea there's just an energy of like, we all know this is the stuff that makes you who you are on the court, that's going to prepare you for the moments when the lights are bright. I don't even think we talked about it. It was just an unspoken, like, this is what you do. And I learned that, you know, early in the process, to know, like, don't take that for granted so that you can be your best self. And it's like, there's no accident when it comes to